Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I really just have to say that I'm so thankful for everyone who has been subscribing to my channel. I don't know, like, I just feel so happy and so blessed to have a lot of supporters out there. I just want to thank you, all of you guys, for the support. Okay, so for today's video, this video has actually been highly requested from a lot of you guys out there, and I just want to basically tell you more about me and my journey since I've been in the States. So let's get right on it. Okay, so if you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, I am from Honduras, and I've only been in the States for about 7 years and a half now, which is crazy because I feel like I just got here like a couple of years ago. You know, I don't 7 years to me, it's not a lot, but then again, it's like it's just crazy how fast 7 years have gone by, you know. So I just wanted to share with you guys a lot of the my process on learning the new language and adapting to a whole new country, you know. Coming to the States was very challenging for me. I was only 14 years old when I got here, and I didn't know the language at all. I did not know how to communicate with anybody in English. All I knew was Spanish. Like, Spanish is my first language, if you don't know. So for me, as when I got here, that was all I knew. I did not know how to communicate with nobody else. So I remember I got here on a Friday, I believe, and then that weekend, of course, we were just chilling with the fam and stuff like that. Then that Monday came, I was going to school, and I was so nervous. Like, my first day of school here was just, it was just so scared and stuff. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't ready. I didn't know what was gonna happen that day. I actually ended up going to Kip Spirit. That was one of the schools here. My mom, she really didn't know the school system here, you know, so my sister, she actually was the one that introduced that school to us because she had her kids going to that school. So of course, you know, I don't know what Kip is all about. I'm just going to school. So when I get there, you know, I had to be there since 7:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock p.m. So for me, it was like, oh my God, I'm in school the whole day, you know, and I wasn't used to that. So that was the number one thing that like had me like, oh hell no, like I don't like this already. So when I go to school, you know, it's a whole bunch of people there, of course. So everybody's coming to me, you know, trying to talk to me like, hi, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? What's your name? Da, 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 da. So I'm like, you know, I knew at the time what was your name meant, right? So I knew that. So I knew how to answer that. So of course I will always say my name. And I know my teachers had me like with a group of like Hispanic people because they were like the ones that were going to translate everything for me, like how to do the homework, how to, you know, basically pay attention in class. So I really want to just give a shout out to those girls. If you're watching this video, I thank you so much. You know who you are. And yes, thank you so much for that, for your help. So then again, you know, everybody just coming to me, and I don't know what to talk, like I don't know what to say to them. So then the other girls were like, oh, you know, she doesn't speak English, she's from Honduras and stuff like that. Spanish is her first language, and basically they just like letting everybody know that I don't know how to speak English, you know what I'm saying? So I can see, like, I could see in their face that they were like, oh, you know, like shocked, like what the fuck, like where's Honduras, like, and they just asking all these questions and stuff like that. So it was very, like, I'm gonna say it was kind of scary, and then it was also embarrassing in a way because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to communicate. Like I didn't know how to basically defend myself because I know a lot of them people, they were like judging already. Like they were like they were just judging, like, why is she black and why is she a lot of the kids there at the time, they didn't know what Honduras was, of course. They were like younger than me. I think they were like 12, 13. I was 14. And I was in 7th grade, which that was a whole nother thing that pissed me off about that school. I hated Kip. So then they just basically talking to me, you know, like, and I don't know what to say back. I'm just like, listen, I don't know how to talk, you know what I'm saying? So that it was very embarrassing, guys, and very scaring. And it was just like, I miss home. At the time I was just homesick, you know. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait till I get out of this place. I need to go home. And then, you know, they were just like wondering what Honduras was. Like, wow, is she black and she speaks Spanish? Was she don't know how to speak English? Because of course, you know, they automatically thought that English was my first language, which it wasn't. So, getting to my point, the fact that I was going to school for like months and I was still struggling with the language and stuff. The question was, how did you learn English so fast? People always ask me, wow, your English is pretty good. Like, how did you learn this so fast? What did you do to learn the language? Because there's a lot of people that's been here for years and they still don't know how to communicate and talk to other people in English, you know. So before I moved from Honduras, I was in an English class for about 2 months, I believe. And, you know, out there, the English classes they wasn't like very detailed and stuff. It was more like the basic stuff, the verbs and stuff like that. So I didn't know how to have a full conversation with anybody, right? I only knew like the basic stuff, like house, window, door, car, you know, those basic stuff. But I didn't know how to actually have a conversation with anybody. So when I came to the States, you know, my nephews and my nieces and stuff, they were like little, they were like kids when I got here. They were like 5, 6, 9, I don't know, they were young. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually learn with these kids, because, you know, like when they're watching like a lot of cartoons and stuff, that was very helpful. So that was one of the things that I did. I actually watched cartoons with my nieces and nephews. And I have a niece because she's not dead yet. So Bri, she was actually the only one that knew how to translate in English and Spanish. So I will always talk to Bri about everything. She will always like translate things to me. She will not laugh at me. So she was always like basically translating and helping me how to pronunciate certain words. And to this day she still do that, because I don't know everything in English. Of course, I'm not like of course it's not my first language, so I'm not perfect at it. So yes, definitely I would say, if you really want to learn English and if you really want to interested in having a conversation with people, don't be afraid to talk. The only thing that I kind of did struggle at the time was basically like being able to talk and say things in front of everybody else, because I was so afraid that they will laugh at me, they will make jokes around me and stuff like that because I said or pronounced something wrong. So yeah, don't be afraid, just say it. You also have to surround yourself with people that want to help you speak the language, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one thing that I had to do for myself too. So after a while of me being here, I think it was 6 months after I moved from Honduras, I just started to hang out more with the African American girls, because I felt like they were going to help me more in, you know, with me talking the language, you know, speaking it and everything. So I kind of stopped hanging out with the Hispanic crowd, and I wasn't being mean or anything. I was just like, you know, I'm not learning anything. I feel like if I stay with this crowd, I'm always going to speak Spanish. Like, that's the only thing that I'm going to talk with them. So so I basically stopped doing that, and I just was hanging out with the other girls. At first, of course, it was hard for me to learn, like to know what they were saying. But then, of course, using context clues and learning how to, okay, she's saying this, she's saying that. And then, of course, I will repeat the sentence and stuff like that. It helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. So I always tell people, really? Anyways, I always tell people, if you really want to speak English, you have to start talking to people who speak English only. Even if you feel like you're not gonna learn anything, trust me, you will. Surrounding yourself with people that you know that speak the language is going to help you a lot. The same if somebody wants to learn how to speak Spanish. If you are around somebody that speaks Spanish all the time, you will eventually get the hang of it and learn some words and stuff like that and begin to speak Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing that happened to me. But yeah, it's been 7 years now, and I feel like my English is pretty good. I mean, I still feel like I have a long way to go, and I still have my accent too, but I don't like my accent so much, guys. I really don't. And that's something that I'm kind of like working on, because I feel like everybody says they like it. I mean, I personally don't like it. Okay, another thing, you guys, the hardest thing for me when it came to adapting to the whole state was, of course, like going to school for a long ass time, being in there for like more than, I think it was 8 hours. Also the food was different, you know what I'm saying? It was just different. The whole environment was different. The actual school was completely different compared to where I was going. I did like the uniform, because the uniform over there and back home, it was terrible. I had to like wear like a long ass dress, a white dress. It was so not cute. And then here we were able to like wear like khaki pants with like a polo shirt, and it was kind of more relaxed to me, you know what I'm saying? So I like that. Then again, it was also hard for me to make friends, because I was like the only girl who did not know how to speak English in the whole school. And I was black, you know, there. So of course everybody was like, okay, she's different. So my whole time through, I think my high school, middle school and high school, I was always that girl, that different girl, the Honduran girl that spoke Spanish. And it was like, it was good and bad, because it could get annoying at times, you know, when people not even call me by my name. They will always be like, hey, Honduran girl, come here. And it was just so annoying, you know what I'm saying? So the whole environment was completely different. Then again, I think with time, over time, I started just like listening to music. That helped me a lot with learning the language too. I was only listening to like English music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that also, like I said, being around people that only speak the language, not being afraid of other people laughing at me when I will say something. And what else? Watching cartoons with my nieces and nephews. I mean, my dad will come sometimes to the house. Every time I will come home from school, my dad will like pick up an item from the house, and he will like ask me, Alexa, what this is? Alexa, what is this called right here? And he will be so specific with everything. I will be like, okay. It got annoying at times, but then I'm really thankful that my dad was like that, because if not, I don't think I would be able to even, you know what I'm saying, speak the language. So now 7 years later, I mean, I have a good job. I'm only 21 years old. I'm about to be 22 in a couple of months. But a lot of people will be like, oh my god, you have a good job. Like, how do you get that good job? I've been here all my life and I haven't even been able to get in that position. And, you know, really things like that, you know. And to me, it kind of makes me feel some type of way. But then I'm like, wow, you know, I'm really blessed. So I have, people consider it a good job. I think it's a good job too, because of course, I'm making decent money. But I always feel like if you come from another country and you really want to do your thing, you don't have to come here to play. You have to come over here and get your shit done, get it together, learn the language, because if you don't know English, I mean, the sad part is that you won't be able to do anything. Because you have to be able to communicate with everybody. Also, the fact that I'm bilingual is really a plus here. I'm able to use both of my languages, Spanish and English, at my job. So of course that is a plus, because there have been many times where they need my help for me to, you know, translate certain things to certain people who don't know how to speak English and stuff. And to me, that's really it really makes me feel good, because I've been in a position before where I couldn't even say anything in English. So for me to like help other people with the language, or even like translating, makes me feel really, really good. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you have any questions about my journey, if you want me to talk more about this, I mean, go ahead and leave me a comment below. I really want to do like a series on my channel, so like a weekly series. I'm really trying to talk more about me, my people, where I come from, you know, just my culture, and just basically embrace everything. So if you guys have any ideas, please leave me a comment below, you guys. I think that's gonna really like help me grow and help my channel grow too. I'm so excited for this year. I feel like this year is going to be amazing. I feel the good energy, and I feel like all the love and the support that everybody has been giving me. So I just want to thank all of you for that. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We're almost close to 1,000, and I have a giveaway pending for you guys, a huge giveaway. So thank you for the support, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.